thought we'd make it out. Cause we didn't take the safer route. Now it's ownership and bank accounts. The beef, what that cake about? Young and black on that paper route. They never thought we'd make it out. Hey, look.
Radio, welcome back. It's the Bricc and Hearts podcast. It's your boy Munchie B. And today we got I'm gonna say special guest, but this is home. It's playing field.
Yes, sir.
It's the StreetTV family. Mr. I'm fresh out the black box. Mr. Facts Over Feelings.
Kicking cack being bull.
Oh yeah, they ain't ready for that.
That's that new wave.
Mr. Most Easty.
Yes, sir.
My boy Spider Loc. What's the big old deal?
Man, Munchie Bizzle, B team captain. What's happening, homie? I appreciate the invite to home.
Oh yeah.
You dig lies, but no, I appreciate the invite to the platform. You and Mariah been building, man. I've been watching. Even though they might see us in the same building, we don't occupy the same building at the same time. We've only been here at the same time once when I got an opportunity to interview you in Supervision. Shout out to Supervision.
Yeah, shout out, bro.
Yeah, but the invite to be here today, amongst all my invites I get recently, this one mean a lot, man. Salute to my partner.
Yeah. No, they gonna see a whole lot more of it, for sure.
My mama.
They gonna see a lot. Hold on. And before we get into everything, me and my boy. Oh yeah, shout out Mariah. Mariah, she having these chronic headaches. I'm like, kick back, man.
Mariah got migraines?
Yeah. She having them bad.
Oh, Miss Mariah, massive migraines. I got this thing with consonants. I think they call it alliteration. Like, you know how in MC...
You cold with words.
Thank you, sir. But you just say, I put that together, Miss Mariah, massive migraine. I just, the M's. Hey, shout out to Mariah. Get well soon, little mama.
Oh, everything. She said, you and Spider's like some baby kids. I'm like, man, nah, bro. I said, I got a little too faded last time, and he gave me a suggestion, like, man, maybe you should go out the cup and throw some ice in it, and you know what? I said, man, you're right. I'm gonna pace myself.
I want you guys to know, if you go look at the last episode that me and Munchie did in the Black Box, his level of energy was quite correlated to the amount of liquor that was left in that vessel. So I think, we paced ourselves. But I'm gonna let you know this. Even though you did more than you wanted to do, you didn't get out of character, homie. You still remain G, homie.
Man,
you had a little much more fun than you intended to have, but you didn't do nothing goofy or nothing, homie. Mama. Even when you mentioned CK Wag, I was not offended on.
Hold on, that wasn't on there though.
But yeah, it was.
That was on a phone conversation.
No, that's what the phone conversation was like sparked about. Yeah.
Hey man.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, just so you know, none of that was offensive in the course of the conversation, the way it was brought up. That's why I said it so clearly and cleanly at the moment. You dig a lot? Don't get stuck on that, because this is your interview. My bad.
Hey, and I'm gonna go back to that. But yeah, he suggested. I'm like, yeah, I'm out the cut from now on. I usually do that when I'm over here anyway. But then I get to venturing out, and I get to grabbing a bottle, and I get to feeling myself a little too much. So I'm I gotta keep it professional.
But it's a dual reason. It's a dual reason. It's not really because of his behavior. I realized that the content has been age restricted every time he's been in the Black Box.
On everything.
And first we thought it was because of the viral incident. Shout out to Tania. Shout out to Renee Loc. But once this next episode hit got the age restrictions, it was easy to realize the thing that they had in common was the bottle. Yeah.
And they ain't even paying me.
Shout out to Deer Juice, though. That shit was fire. It do get it done.
Hey, y'all need to pay.
Yeah, put it on the table.
Run it, because I held on to it.
Hey, yeah. If maybe, because you know what? Our production department has reached out to me at certain times and asked me about certain people we might want to go after for some type of ads or all that. Hey, 2 A's. You might want to tap that in. You hear me?
Case of doors.
Yeah. You feel me?
Go on, tap in on tap out.
Yeah.
But based on that last Black Box pull up, you know what I'm saying? When I pulled around there messing with bro, I called Renee Loc on my own time. I said, I apologize. She's like, man, you stop something. Like, no, because, man, I went a little to the, you know what I'm saying? But she told me I ain't got to keep apologizing and shit. But, I apologize to the Renee Loc, you know what I'm saying?
You know what? I want to throw an apology to her, too, because just based on some of the things we discussed after all that interaction, she came back on the platform And that's not, I'm not talking about when her and Tania was there. She came back on just on the live stream. And that the night that you're referring to, and we got real loose the way we addressed her. And she made me aware that she's really interested and invested in presenting a whole nother side of herself online, like we both are as well. And just because her name is Rennie Loc and we know her for dead homies, it's a lot more to her. She's a mother, and she's just trying to like clean up the way she presents herself online. And she didn't like some of the questions or statements we made toward her direction. So I want to apologize to her too.
Hey, but see, what people got to understand, especially when you're a comedian, it be kind of hard to, maybe for you to turn it on and off, but when the people that's like fans of you or watching from the outside looking in, when they addressing you or whatever, they still looking at you like you in performance mode, entertainment mode, you know what I'm saying?
And
So,
on that note, when I heard you discuss this off camera, you said that her type of humor and your opinion is dark. So
Dark
even,
humor,
even
right.
more so, we would think that she would have a perspective of, oh, they just fucking with me. But I'm here to let you know that there's levels and layers to things, and there's also levels and layers to the comedian Rennie Loc, and she didn't appreciate some of the energy, and I just want to respect that on her behalf and let her speak for herself, even as a comedian. From this point forward, I'm going to watch more of her direction, and when I address her, I'm going to try to be in line with that.
I'm gonna give her that respect.
I'm gonna try to. You still the homegirl though, so you know how this shit go to some degree. But I do feel where you coming from. Shout out to Lady Loc from Santana, because I was at a round table and the perspective was just shared.
Loc.
Yeah, Loc to the homegirl.
Hey, but see, I haven't watched Rick Rock content. I'm gonna tap
Spoke
in.
to Rick Rock this morning too. Shout out to Rick Rock. Oh, he crispy clean.
I'm gonna tap in, but see, but when it be these street people that become comedians, and like you could easily offend them.
You right.
You know what I'm saying?
Faizon Love has been walking that fine line a couple of times. I saw. Shout out to Faizon Love. But yeah, it happens. It happens. Yeah.
But as far as me, I'm
Boskoe.
See,
My whole relationship with Boskoe was tested for years before we became partners, based on him being a gangster comedian and playing with somebody else that the world considers a gangster. And I remember my first when it first started going bad, I tapped into Fig Newton. I'm like, "Hey, you fuck with Boskoe?" And his response was like, "Yeah, that's the homie." And then when I got at him about what my issue was, he was like, "Oh, you know, that's what he do. He get at everybody." And it was like, "Damn, that ain't how it's gonna go in the yard." If I was hitting laps, walking past the Don moves, I would have to have a relationship with a nigga if he finna shoot across to me walking laps and crack a joke on me. Right or wrong?
once you hit the yard, you're not a comedian no more. You gotta leave that till you get back to R&R and you getting released again. So that's the difference.
But no, niggas shoot jokes from the yard. You got your funny nigga. Shout out to Rory from Kelly Park.
If y'all good like that,
But
though.
that's what I'm saying. But I'm talking about exactly. But that's how me and Boskoe basically met online, him shooting jokes at me. That's why it was hard for me to accept to a certain degree after he kept going. We over it. I'm not trying to rehatch it. But comedians, I'm just trying to make the point that comedians that are from the culture, they walk a fine line. You are definitely correct. I agree with you.
Hey, but see, man, as far as me, I could take a joke. Cause I'm from a hood. You come, I don't care if you Dougie Fresh from head to toe. They always gonna find something wrong with you.
Something to bag up.
Like, damn.
East side. That's East Side shit
So
too.
I could take a joke. Long as you ain't talking, don't call me zesty. Cause I witnessed he was talking to
D-Dub.
D-Dub, and he was telling.
Shout out to the home.
He said
They resolved that,
he
right?
said, I didn't call you gay. I called you zesty. And then D-Dub was like, what's the difference? What's the
I
difference,
heard
Bosco?
that. But-
Yeah.
I
So
heard that.
that's the same to me, bro.
It is,
As long
but
as it ain't.
that's still him being a comedian.
Yeah, but
He playing it all the way out.
I'm gonna laugh back or shoot a joke back at anything except for gay jokes and snitching. You know what I'm saying? Outside of that, I could take it. I'm cool.
Right.
No,
I mean,
I'm good
everybody
with
had
it.
a perimeter. I think a lot of times it's less in the details and more in the energy and the intention. It's kind of like when the females in the bitch word. You feel me? It's one thing to say, get your ass up, bitch, and let's go get a drink. Mm-hmm. It's nothing to say, bitch, I don't fuck with you, dirty bitch. It's like, it's just a whole another connotation. You know what I'm saying? Even with you hearing one of us say, nah, I ain't going for that. And then you hear somebody of another pigmentation say, no, nigga, I ain't going for that. You feel me? Just the intention behind words, I think a lot of time a lot more important than the word itself. Because nowadays I see even creeping into the solid culture where homies just talk to each other like, oh, bitch ass. And I got to be honest, even my best friends, rest in peace, Puto. That's how he got the name Puto. You know, that's the most disrespectful name you could call a motherfucker in Spanish.
Rest in peace to him.
GIP to the homie, man. We get to bury him three up top.
And I send my condolences to his family members.
Appreciate you. Thank you. And so, you know, we know when you really, in my circle, we used to tell each other, fuck you often on purpose because when we used to tell each other, you know, when we out in public, you can't just run around telling nigga I love you all the time.
So it's a form of endearment.
There you go. Yeah, but even though you know it's the most disrespectful thing you can say to your closest partners, you'll say, man, nah, you a bitch ass. You would just say that just out of, you know, as a term of endearment. Yeah.
I witnessed the shut up big all the bitch game and I stand quiet and I let them do it because I ain't trying to I'm not entering that realm of things. I'm cool off that shit. You know what I'm saying?
All the way around the board.
Yeah, I don't want to play like that. I notice like you go to prison, the up north dudes do that a lot. Bay Areas,
True.
Sacramento and all that, and then
down south too, definitely. Outside of prison, but go ahead.
Yeah, I heard BG and
but it's so incorporated in so many down south cultures that it's not even offensive. When you hear them say it, it's not offensive at all because some down south people talk exactly like this. Hey man, I'm go to the club. That bitch gonna be cracking. I'll bring my beam out. We gonna get in that bitch, man. You gonna be bitching out there, Mike. Come on, baby. Get your bitch ass up, baby. Go to that motherfucker, Mike. I got a big blow up, man. We gonna have that bitch, man. That bitch gonna rock, Mike. Bitches, everything is bitch.
Hey,
everything.
See, back to intentions. When you say intentions, right? That's why I believe get on the line and get a face to face because that text you could never know how somebody coming through text.
Text it throw it off so often.
You'll never know, and you rather just get a face to face or even okay. Let's go back to Beezy. The first time I don't want to holler in front of cameras trying to resolve anything because then you feel like you gotta have some bravado. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think bravado played into the initial incident that went viral, based on the?
Nah. With me or something.
Based on the fact there was cameras. Shout out the Boss Mac podcast.
Shout out the Boss Mac, man.
Santana Beezy.
And you need to tap in and we need some more Boss Mac, you know what I'm saying?
No, more. I need one or more.
Yeah.
Can I get in the game?
SPI ain't got, but me and Mariah was laced. We got the picture. Everybody go check out my Instagram, but yeah, SPI waiting on his.
For the record though, Beezy, I don't know if you've been looking for these. I don't know if they real or not. I don't know if I'm catching a black eye or a fly eye. But you left these in the black box, my nigga. Oh, blah, 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 blah.
Hey, and anybody shoot me some merch, bro. You ain't gotta just stereotype me. Everything I gotta be red, man. Come on, bro.
And we do not look like twins intentionally.
Oh, no.
When we met today at work, it was like, damn, this nigga, we dressed alike. So I guess it was just in the universe, in the stars.
But it wasn't with me. It was irritable. I was kind of irritable because I asked him not to refer to me a certain way, and he was cool with it. Then he turned around and did it again, like in it. You know what I'm saying? But it could have. And then
so
like
earlier when you asked him, he said, "All right, I got you."
Yeah. But see, I talked to a couple people. You, my uncle, Cartoon.
Shout out 00197 for that.
Yep. Shout out Big Dub. Shout out Cartoon 53. And I said, you know what I mean, moving forward, you know, cause that mentality in front of the camera ain't gonna do me no well. You know what I'm saying? So I ignore it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm just trained a certain way, and that's just how I am, bro. On the wake up.
No,
you know what I mean?
I get it. I know your training. You know I'm tapped in and all that. I get it. But I still think that what you just said is the conclusion best drawn. And that's what I told you from the jump. And when we first talked, like you said, you came to that conclusion, but then you sat back and you became Munchie B again mentally, and you went through weeks or months of thinking about it. And just recently you invited Beezy, which I thought was a big step to come to Kick and Cack being Bull. Beezy, you ain't responded. I tagged you. What it do? I sent it to you, my nigga. We need you on the platform, man. If you can't make it this week, let's get it next week. Oh, my mama.
Hey, but and also, bro, I got a daughter that's 17. I didn't want her to see that. You feel me? I'd rather her have seen, because it was a laughable moment with me. I'd rather have seen her singing Rennie Loc and Tania and me flying. You
Don't
feel
act
me?
like she didn't see that, nigga.
Nah, she seen it. She text me the next day. She was like, you all right, old man? I put LOL. What you talking about? I already knew what she was talking about, though. But, you know what I mean? I'm cool. But the cuz, they ain't, but, you know, I didn't really want her. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that ain't cool. Because I be trying to smash on her, making sure she on her.
It ain't that deep. It ain't that deep, y'all.
Right.
Shout out to DW Flame and Bricc Baby. Even with the big hoopla over that.
Hey, hold that right there. Because the thing with that, based on when people put stuff on the internet, you giving everybody a shot to give them their opinion and all that. I was go just scratch the surface and then kind of put it in your lap. You know what I mean? Because for one, you from neighborhood. For one, for two, you a Crip, and for three, I be trying to like play. I be trying to be kind of like politically correct. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna just scratch the surface and not be so opinionated.
I didn't mean to get ahead of the interview. My bad.
No. But that's just how I'm gonna do it. You know what I'm saying?
Do your shit.
But all right. And it's funny you bring up Bricc Baby because this is the reason why I'm about to ask you your opinion on this. Cause back, you older than me, but it's still the same. Well, all right, no. It ain't about age. All right, pre the internet, if you the face of your hood, I think of people like Dulo from NHP, maybe Kid Rock from 60s, Monster from Trey Gangster, B Brazy from Devin Lanes. So I'm like
Snoop from East Coast 6ix9ine was the face of the set back when they was doing their shit with the rap.
There you go there. So you got like that. Those are the faces. So these days,
Mac 10 had it for the Queens because we wouldn't even know who they was.
Oh, he had it for the city of Inglewood.
Dog had it for the whole Long Beach. I get your point. Okay, yep.
All right, and this pre-internet.
Correct.
So these days, if somebody be like, I'm the face of my hood, what do that entail?
Okay. I think because having the face of the hood, no hood really had no face. You had the G homie, like in my hood historically, before internet, way before internet, 9-7 Crip, first thing come to mind was J-Box, Merc, couple names, but J-Box, you really from 9-7 Crip, so that's the face of the hood. To that degree, it's different. Del Dog being the face of the main streets. That's a different thing than what Bricc Baby's saying. Bricc Baby is talking in the age of media. I'm the one over there with the most visibility. That's like what he's saying. Because Nipsey was the face of the 60s in that sense, but I can't say Nipsey was ever the face of the 60s like Del Dog was the face of the main streets, or how Gangster has known to be the face of the Santanas at certain times before media.
And that was another example. I was about to say Turtle.
Or like Turtle, even more so than Gangster. How Turtle was synonymous with the face of the Tanners. Nipsey was the face of the 60s merged with entertainment and media, not just based on street activities only.
So nowadays, when somebody say, I'm the face of the hood, you basically you and everybody faces you. Is internet or media
levels and layers. That's another podcast that I'm developing with a female constituent, and I love that phrase because I think there's levels and layers. You can still be the face of a set and never touch a camera, which is the traditional way. However, with media being at the forefront of everybody's existence, you can also be the face and be representative. And still, if you're really from a real section, you're going to have to be tapped in with the actual face. But you can, like Bricc Baby, claim to be the face of because you are tapped in with the people that make the shit go round. And you are the one that everybody, because to a certain degree, I humbly accept, understand, and acknowledge I'm the face of the set. But I don't even gangbang. I try to get on these media platforms and separate myself from the set. When I say the set, I mean all of them, not just the 90s. But you know what I've experienced?
What's that?
All the reputables tap in with me with all the issues that they feel are pertinent or important to the set. If they want to make any public expression, they process it through me. So I'm not out here claiming to be the face of the set, but if you look through media or entertainment for the last 10, 15, 20 years, what else have we actually presented? Shout out to Zoe, till the homie came around. Shout out to Wino. There's been people in behind the scenes more so that y'all even know. But outside of that, I have to accept that without even claiming it. You feel me? So Bricc Baby might be more in front of. Now you been I'm glad you brought this up because you the face of your section without media. But had you got your same self in the position you're in now, creating content and got the same buzz you have, you would still be the face if you didn't have your, feel me, your actual resume to rely on. You would still be the face if you were a mascot. Like C-Mac was the face of the 5-5s, but we know he's not the politicker in the 5-5s. We know he don't call Nash shot, but he was the face.
All right, so
I bet I put that in a decent perspective now, more so than what you was thinking. C-Mac was the best example. I could have just did it with that. He's the face of the 5-5s.
Bricc Baby did an interview with, I believe, Cam Capone, and I think if given a chance again, he would reword it because I was confused. Like, okay,
What was his wording?
He said he was upset with YG, and he considered YG the face of the '60s because how strongly he messed with Nip.
And because Nip passed, he became.
And after Nip died, he still rep him. You know what I mean? But that's highly offensive to people from Rollin 60s to say a dude from Treetop is the face of the 60s. Just because he messed with this one individual from 60s real heavily. He might got other associates, but this who he, you know what I'm saying, mess with like that.
I don't think a media relationship can take precedent over the actual culture and structure. So you may be correct. If that's exactly what Bricc Baby said,
right,
that may be one he feel like he would take back. But I've seen Tom Brady on Sunday and the commentators say, oh, that's one he'd take back if he had the chance. So I ain't gonna hold the homie to no motherfucker.
That's why I said,
yeah.
I think if he was able to,
he took back. It might be one he'd take back.
Right. Because me and we talk more often.
He was trying to make a point. He was trying to make a. Oh, go ahead. You go ahead and land that.
No.
That's important to the world.
Yeah, me and
People
him
don't believe you know how to talk to 6-0s and have a cordial conversation behind the scenes.
Oh, no.
That's your reputation.
No. Hey, but see, they don't know going in and out of jail. You gotta have some type of
you know
dialogue,
rapport, respect.
Yeah, you better know how to communicate, and then you can't come at the opposite sideways, or it's gonna go.
And why we try to eliminate emotions out of most of our interactions is because we know we play a deadly game, y'all. And so when they get in them cages, the respect really gets immense because we accept a lot of these dangerous conditions when we sign up for this. So it's not like a lot of the heartbreak that we suffer usually when we lose a loved one. It hurt. But the understanding of what's going on is so deep sometimes, the acceptance level is beyond the average citizens and civilians' mind. That's why I don't like to discuss a lot of these conversations with them, homie. They don't really get it, bro. They can look at two niggas in the ring, UFC, with cauliflower ears, bloody each other up, and then afterward they could hug, beat each other damn near to death, and they could hug and hold each other's hands up. But slightly darker, deep into that same element, they don't quite get it.
Hey, like when we were just talking about the Don't Cuz Me situation, that needed to happen. That was a teachable moment. You know what I mean? Everybody probably look at it like entertainment and like, who's right, who's wrong, who looked at tell what. But no, that was a teachable moment. You know what I'm saying?
To what degree? I agree, but why would you say that?
Because a lot of people that never been nowhere, they don't know that you go places or you just don't cuz or blood the opposite or things like that, or you know what I mean? And no. Some people stand strong on it and some people don't. You know what I mean?
But tell me this. The most volatile decision was made by whom?
Oh, in that instant?
Yes.
Me?
Okay. So, everybody could have done better. But if we all out here leaving our homes to go get money and try to build ourselves into positions to get more money, and that's why we coexistence. Even if you was irritated to the max, you believed that and agreed next time you would handle it different. Even if you felt like he was 100% wrong in that moment, you would wait to do it slightly different.
Again, it was a teachable moment and I learned. You know what I'm saying? That's why I said.
And Beezy, I am interested to know if there was more than one lesson learned. Do you feel like there was any room for you to have learned a lesson? And I want you to come and talk about this in the Black Box on Kick and Cack Being Boo New podcast launch by me and my comrade Munchie B. We just getting started, y'all. We got a whole lot to do.
Everybody, stay tuned on that. We about to be lit on that.
Yeah.
No. He go put up like Huggies. We go get it.
We gonna do
get it
that.
straight on everything. He gonna talk about it. But that right there is one teachable moment. And then like you brought up earlier, you got DW and you got Bricc. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so glad you connecting these, y'all. There's no script to this motherfucking interview.
No. We let it fly, right?
Yeah, and I had tried to connect these incidents, and there's another one I connected. I'm gonna see if you naturally bring it up, but I brought it up to my panel, and I forget who was on the screen. Oh, shout out to King Twy from 20s. It was him on the screen, and he didn't really catch my connection. So I see a direct connection between these two incidents. But go ahead.
All right. One thing I noticed, because it's a gang of different the people that a lot of people just want attention, want to be heard, so they go come negative anyway. But some people, that's just how they is. You know what I mean? That's their temperament. You know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
So I respect it because you just being you. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like, okay, I'm watching a runner on YouTube. I'm like, he being him. You know what I'm saying? He feels strongly.
Shout out Baby Runner.
That's what he represent. He been. You know what I'm saying? And then, if it wasn't on the platform it was on, or the people that was in front of the camera, would it have been a big deal still?
What? Oh, the
Okay.
D-dub and all that?
He referred
No,
to the cigarette
no.
as a
Let me tell you something.
term.
The camera and the microphone, and the platform, and all that is exactly what it's about. You know as well as I know, and everybody that spoke on it know how casual that interaction would have been anywhere if it wasn't on camera. If you was in the club sitting next to him on the VIP's couch and he tapped you talking to a broad over here and he say that, I promise you, y'all want to mark Bricc Baby out in that moment. But without Bricc Baby trying to respect everything, in casual conversation, Bricc Baby got a slick tongue. He would have just smiled at his homie and said, oh, here you go, tramp. And that would have been the end of it. I keep saying that like it would be my reaction. But that's really Bricc Baby natural reaction. If it ain't lights, camera, ooh, I'm just trying to be professional. Bricc Baby is not no bite my tongue ass nigga with his friend. Your friend just gave you a freebie. Bricc Baby is gonna hit you back with the, I'm not mad. Here you go, tramp. I promise you, that's his natural reaction. We got caught up in him trying to do his best to, and I know, shout out to Spoety Face and Baby Runner, because he used the phrase, sweep it under the rug. And the homies picked that phrase apart so bad, obviously that was the wrong phrase to use. I think more so what he was trying to say is he was hoping deep down, which he said, that it wasn't caught on the camera, because if they was off camera, I would have shitted back on him. I just wish he would have said what I suggested. I wish he would have threw the T word back at him, laughed it off, and made it even. That's what all I wish, and I think we wouldn't have had this moment that we had to all experience.
See,
what more could he have done outside of that, in your suggestion?
I got snappy comebacks. You know what I'm saying? But
So we on the same page.
but I don't smoke weed, I don't drink lean, pop perks, or none of that shit. So nigga be on slow response sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So he caught it late, but the thing is, the fool apologized, bro, and he wasn't trying to be disrespectful.
So
you know what I'm saying?
So you hear the homies that still don't like it. Are you thinking they suggesting Bricc was supposed to say, at least, even while he's apologizing, say, man, watch that shit? Is that what they saying? Because when I say at least say the T word, I don't know if that's the magic answer. What other thing could he have done other than just saying, oh, I ain't tripping because I hear you apologizing and it ain't no, we on TV, we trying to do this work. What else could he have done to satisfy these people who said he should have done something else?
This go back to the face. So you got the biggest voice as far as, you know what I'm saying, Rolando. Rollin nose, neighborhood, whatever. You on everybody's screen every day. So they expect you to represent it right. So in that instant, it didn't look good. You know what I'm saying?
Correct.
Although, so they I know they just like, damn, they feel like if he looks stupid, they look stupid. You know what I'm saying? So I understand them, but
if they all, this is my only disconnect in the conversation. They seemingly accept DW's apology. I do. I did. But they don't want Bricc Baby to accept that same apology that was given directly to him. That's the part.
no, they just didn't like his response.
But look, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I'm not trying to say. I'm not trying to
rapper. You freestyle. You.
But I'm not trying to say nobody from they crippin', bro. If I would have got caught on camera in the same instant, I would have responded exactly the same, or I would have said something slick back. There would have been no anger, no defense of the car. I wouldn't have took it like he was really dissing the car. I would either been comedic about it, or I would have been cool about it. Either or. I gotta say that on Cuz behalf. I would have not pressed Cuz. I would not have raised up, roared up. Especially based on the relationship that they already got. It's all kind of speculation about if DW Flame even said that intentionally to even.
I don't think he did.
I don't either. But they add all that in to try to put the pressure on Bricc to have come up with a different response. And I think his hands was tied. They keep trying to make, if he called himself shitty, he filed and try to let you know how shitty he really can get. So when he go Bricc Baby and try to be Bricc Baby, then he filed because he's not being a shitty ass nigga. I think he has to more focus on what he wants to do in the future and stop giving a fuck about what everybody else is saying. That was a real organic moment. I could challenge a million niggas to sit right there and deal with DW Flame, big old young ass, and act like you gonna act different. And it's not, to me, in my opinion, a mystery or ironic that it's the 40s that have a particular issue. You know how many neighborhoods it is that's not speaking on it? There was one right there on the platform. So I've even witnessed conversations about this that didn't take place on cameras. And I just tend to believe that there are a whole lot of other issues that create that tension between Bricc Baby and the 40 members. Shout out to all the homies though. Neighborhood.
Hey, shout out to all them. No, for real. But I'm like, damn, that shit carrying on. You know what I'm saying? Like, they heavy.
That's why you have to assume it's a lot more than that moment. And if it wasn't more than that moment that got them interested in it, once they get interested in it, it's more than that moment playing a part in how long it's lasting and all that.
Okay. And I'm going to see if I'm right with my segue with you, right? Okay. For the viewers, listeners, out here, it's broken into a fraction. It's either you a naysayer, you mess with the nays, or you don't mess with the neighborhoods. It's broken in a fraction. The A-Trays in the 60s messed that up a long time ago. Okay. Or you got Bompton and Compton. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's split in half. Now, what I don't agree with, that's how them insanes talk on a regular. That's they vernacular. That's how they talk. Because it ain't no neighborhood 60s, 40s, all that in Long Beach. That means nothing. Now, when I say it's a fraction, the Rollin 20s, they carrying themselves like neighborhood Crips these days. People could say what they want and try to make it sound like they want. I've witnessed this. This is what I witnessed. This me being in county jail and church, and I look back, cornbread from 20 Crip burning in the back of my neck, but I ain't got time to worry about him because you're 15th in line. You're not even a priority. I got real enemies here. You know what I'm saying? And he's not the only one. Psych from Treetop, he my witness, bro. We was in the trees, and we pulled up. One of his little homies had a dude from 20s over there, and Psych is D3 manager for everybody. So, and when the dude told me his name, is disrespectful, got the 3 in it, and whatever. I'm like, all right, Munchie B, I'm from families. But then when I hear it, it just ring neighborhood to me. And then he, like the way he was talking, then I got to talking to him. And he said, when he go to jail, he run with the neighborhoods. He like, they don't be stalling us out, talking about the insanes, and they heavy on the 3, and you know what I'm saying?
Because that's crazy, and once again, that shows the power of words. Because I think it has a lot less to do with the actual affiliation and just the way the names of the situation sound. And once you get caught up because they rolling and they O's, And then we know about the Hussein connection, but I really didn't even realize that was made because of the same energy. You was getting, it's history behind all that. You know, that shit didn't just fall out of nowhere.
Hey, listen, I'm from Inglewood, bro. And if a Rollin 20 Crip or West Coast 80s, Long Beach, if they get caught in Inglewood, all the homies is really hearing is Rollin. And we so ignorant to the Rollin thing, it's gonna be bad for them. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of these hoods is yelling Rollin. It was rolling 80 Inglewood families before they was rolling. The homies was rolling 80s.
They still rolling?
The older homies is, you ain't gonna hear nobody young say rolling. It's just like, the homies just don't mess with it. But that's what it is. It's rolling 80s.
That's
you know
crazy
what I'm
because me and Alex was having a conversation the other day where we was going just ironically, accidentally on the phone, and we was talking about how some of the hood names have evolved throughout the years. We was really on some Compton sections. But we talked about how the Harlems used to push the O in front.
Original Harlem.
Yeah, and that's what the word was started. So we was talking about the original swamps, the original front hoods, the original pocket hoods, and how the pocket hoods, he said corner pocket. I said, damn, I ain't heard that in a long time. You hear pocket hood. And then, of course, Alex knows exactly why you don't hear corner pocket no more. It's a whole story behind it because when they write up on the walls, it look like Carver Park. So
Makes sense.
There you go.
Makes sense. Never thought about it.
Exactly.
Never.
Thanks to Alex Alonso, the gang expert. I know I now have that nugget in my brain that I can share with the rest of the world.
Hey, but it be in people's vocabularies, man. And then I got some keyway partners, and I just slipped up. But guess what? It wasn't on no jumper, so it ain't like, you know what I'm saying.
That's what magnified it. That's what magnified it. That's the power of no jumper. That's the reason why so many people, even when they don't agree with what so much goes on up there, they still utilize their opportunity to be there. Because the power of no jumper can magnify things. And that's just another example of something very small and petty being magnified. You know how many personalities they have over there that would have no relevance at all if they weren't being magnified on no jumper or Clubhouse? I can name one for particular, but you know.
I want somebody from 20s to please speak up and keep it real. Because I'm in jail with these type of dudes. I don't know if you're just trying to run with the majority.
You know, you familiar with Trifling from 20s?
Nah.
He that guy over there.
I think I heard that name. He rap?
Yeah, he rap.
Yeah. I think he was on the interview when they was doing a little Long Beach City movement.
Okay, yeah, he may have been. I got familiar with him in more recent years. Not only do he fuck with ODM Slim, he fuck with my homie Tiny Double F from 190. And he got one song called, I don't know if it's called In the Hood or Crazy in the Hood. I just love that motherfucker. It's so hard. And but when you actually go down in the wormhole of his music, he got so much range. He got some Kendrick sound and shit. But that In the Hood record is like some just regular, like my laid back, just simple flow, just on some real G, creative, just simple shit. It's hard, but his parameter as an artist goes way beyond that. Shout out to Trifling, man. Shout out to Tiny Dub and ODM Slim.
So what? He wanted them. He wanted the 20s that be
Yeah, I didn't want to harp on that. So you go. I know how you know how to run plates. Run his plates. You can run his plates later. Yeah, just run them plates. Okay. Trifling is the truth.
No, I'm gonna check him out. Yeah. I'm gonna check him out. But no, that you know, it's just our shit get real sophisticated, you know, with our little politics is like, you know what I'm saying?
Indeed.
And outsiders really won't understand. So they'll be in the comments somewhere just passing judgment.
That's why I be trying to tell us to stop tripping on trying to convince the people in the comments. You're gonna go crazy. You're not here having these conversations to convince the outside people that we're correct or right. We're here to have conversations one with another, to share our story and our principles and our interactions as well as we can, as authentic as we can, for those to see. If you don't, it's like going to a motherfucking art museum and it's abstract art on the wall. That shit might cost a bank. The nigga who did it don't give a fuck if you don't understand it or not. We here to discuss, to deliver an authentic version of our experiences and our thoughts. If they don't get it, they don't get it. We not finna start trying to explain what we did or what we doing. Fuck them. I'm not here to try to make somebody understand why I don't need to see no paperwork to know if a nigga bad. Y'all can go by that shit. I don't even like the motherfucking word take the fade no more. The internet just stole that from us. once the internet get a hold of shit, it get cornified to me. I'm here having a conversation with you because I respect everything that I understand that you've been through and everything I see you doing. That's the only reason, homie.
Okay, see, you said comments. We was in the black box. It was the chat, and your moderators kept shooting the person, but I would like to know who it was and what exactly they
I
said.
understand why.
But my second home is Family Swan, and they natural enemies down the street, across the street, around the corner. East Coast Crip. Now they said something, but we didn't get to catch it because the moderator shot
it was something to the effect, and I don't want to put no extras on it because it was a nice chunky paragraph. And I have a habit of reading the first word, a few of the middle words, and the last word to try to summarize a paragraph. And all I know, he said something about Munchie B in there, and it looked suspect. And I assumed and insinuated and suggested that he was saying it looks suspect for you being from where you from, being in the black box with me, based on my affiliation.
Yeah, the thing was, I didn't even care about the paragraph. I wanted to know the person's name. You know what I'm saying?
You know, it's well documented that that's all you was concerned about.
Oh yeah. That's all because
we kept trying to catch a name. But shout out to my Blue Wrench mob. They doing all y'all. I shouldn't said no names because I miss everybody. But I got them, and I don't want to say this in a negative way, but I got them trained to zap anything that ain't going with the flow. Instead of getting back and forth and starting arguments with them.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna argue.
But no, in the chatters, start debating with them and getting distracted.
Right.
Fuck that. The Blue Ridge mob deep. So they zap anything negative. So by the time I was trying to tell him to let it live, I think he gave up.
Yeah. I just wanted to know that name because that's some being from over there. If you was really from over there, I'll see you in the next 2 days and we could talk about it.
Nah, he ain't gonna want to do that, man.
Like.
Remember the story I told right after that about my history over there and just all that.
Right.
That was just a commenter. That's why I give.
No, it's just a commenter. Yeah. I ain't talking about because. It ain't gonna be the first or the last or the third time I'm gonna be on camera with them, and if I'm whatever I'm doing, if it's somebody that's the opposite, it ain't called pay street, and I'm doing what I'm handling my business, or I'm doing what I feel like doing. Period. I mean, but I just wanted to know who it was. That ain't no big old deal.
Now, if those that don't know, do you see what's happening? Whoever you is, if it was that serious to you, he's saying holla at him when you see him. That's all he's saying.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah, no, they already know. It's Eastside love. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I ain't tweaking off that at all. But I don't know if you remember, I had text you late night. I said, hey, next time we get back on camera, I got a good question for you.
Damn.
Remember that?
Yep.
All right. So I was scrolling on YouTube and I seen something like, what? So boom. Okay, they what Big U, he get deemed to be guilty of accepting people based on their status. They get too comfortable and then turn around and bite them in the ass, right? So my question to you is, do you feel the same way about Young Buck? Because at one point, well, do you know? I came across something on YouTube and it said, is Young Buck from 97 EC or 60s? So I know at one point he all up under your armpit, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So do you feel like it's a parallel with that?
I feel like, rest in peace to the homie, damn, I forget his name. I know they put the whole shit out, the BA for sale. I can't believe I missed his name right now. What's the homie name?
The BA for sale?
Yeah.
Who out on that song?
Rest in peace. No, Red Run, rest in peace to him too, but I'm thinking about the big fat homie.
Oh, Big Y, man.
Big Y, shout out to Big Y, my nigga. That's why.
Everybody go knock that Why We Bang with me, Big Y, and Red Rum all on the same song. But go ahead.
Yeah, just the concept of that not being for sale. Now, I think that's kind of like Rick Rock saying, ain't no Bompton. Because at this point, this shit is for sale. You know what I'm saying? But I understood what he was saying. It shouldn't be for sale for so cheap. And I don't think Compton Crips should be using the word Bompton. So I get where Rick Rock was coming from. I get where Big Y was coming from. When it comes to Young Buck, it's hard for me to say if the compensation was valuable enough. I don't think it was for cheap. It was 6 figures, extremely a large amount of experiences. The lack of commitment was not there. But I think having honorary members or extended members from out of town that add value to the situation is not outside of the parameters of what we doing. it started in our backyards and our alleys, but you know, how much well could that serve us? If we develop something or build something that people that have extreme values outside of that want to be a part of it, I think we need to be correctly compensated for including them. And I have to, you know, it'll be more up to you now that I give you that. You tell me if it was worth it. The fact he ran off is bad, but in the meantime, all he got out of me was the opportunity to tell a few people he's from the hood, and he came to the set one time and he left with his jury.
Okay, the fact that he was able to do a video in the East Coast is jury on, and now he don't even represent East Coast. He want to be band, like, you know, with bandwagon and do the Rollin 60 thing. You know what I mean?
Right.
Do you regret?
No, I don't regret it at all because I look what.
What I about to say? Regret what?
Let him claim the hood?
Nah.
Oh, go ahead.
Leaving with his jury.
Yep, definitely. Oh, my mama, dead homies, daughters, Locs.
I know you didn't know what I was talking about. That's why I said,
Yeah, I'm glad you checked me because you know my culture, my pedigree, free big SPR.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, yeah, that's the only regret, bro. Because you know what, I could have did it real finessing and still left with him, and I could have been on the phone fake trying to get it and all that, and I didn't do none of that, bro.
running the cold play.
Yeah, cold play. On my mama, I didn't do none of that. I really gave him real, you know, protection and acceptance, and he ran off, and you know he jumped on Big U nuts and the 6-0s, but that didn't turn
Like
out
a lot of
well
people
for
do.
him. Yeah, they branded they shit so fly. Shout out to Neighborhood Nip. He had played a big part in that, but they was so well branded. But it started way back with Corrupt, Key to Rock, and other shit. It's been building. And then the way the 60 just been, you know, you've been #1 op for years. I know you graduating to another level in life, but they just have a brand of gangbanging that the world respects throughout overall. It's just, it is what it is. And at that time in life, they was maximizing on it.
Oh, all right, you could scan over this if you want to. But it's the irony. I just asked you about, do you regret letting him shake with his chain? And he became close to you and really like I believe, I wasn't there of course, that he like, you a dope rapper. That's aside from that.
Salute.
But you know, the relationship became close behind the chain. But we could scan over this. The story been told 50 times.
Yeah.
And I believe it's a sensitive
Is that no pun intended?
Huh?
Is that no pun intended?
What you mean?
50 times. Not 50
Oh, that is funny. Nah. Oh, yeah. No. Yeah, that was off the rip, but
That's right.
But we could scan over that. We ain't gotta touch on it like over and over again.
only reason-
but that's ironic that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you know, my life, after I've kind of, you know, rinsed my brain of religion and indoctrination, I kind of rely on irony and coincidence to be my spiritual guide. And especially when you have a dream, it becomes a lot more important to a dreamer. And I had dreamed myself into in a lot of positions that I found myself in before. And, you know, irony and coincidence are two of the most important elements of that, and believing in those things. And to be the series of events that had me in Atlanta, Georgia, just so happened to be in Young Buck's hotel room 2 days after the chain got taken in Chicago. The names that he said to me, ironically, allowed me to pick up my phone and call certain people to make connections that only could happen if a whole lot of things happened years ago. So, yeah, it was hella ironic, bro. Extremely ironic. My name was the first reported name 2 or 3 days after the chain was taken. Because of my name, it was reported that the chain would be returned. It took some time for the chain to be returned. And now I'm learning in the process there were other people involved, including the Flores twins. And I wasn't fully aware of that. And 50 has a version of the story of that he has told for years that the streets of Chicago were dried up of work, and that's how the chain surfaced. I'll just say this in the interest of my loved one.
I ain't never heard that one.
Yeah, that's the story that they put out there, but the actual truth is different from that. And I'm supposed to take a trip to Chicago. Shout out to GF and PC. But based on their interest and requests, I just don't want to speak on that at this point any more deeper. Oh my mama.
Right. All right, that's why I said that.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to point out the irony in that for sure.
Yeah, it was quite ironic because I mean, it's not like I spent a lot of time in Atlanta at all. And so for him to land in Atlanta at the time I was there, and for me to be in a position to know the people that he knew, and I don't have a relationship that goes back with them, it was like when you said stars were aligned, it was a lot of irony, bro. And then I was able to actually have some type of influence. At one point, Suge Knight names came up. I'm like, whoa, I can. And Young Buck had no idea I could pick up the phone and get Suge to answer as soon as I heard his name, and it was just a whole lot of ironic shit that happened in perfect timing.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, I came across something, and they got a gang of conspiracies, speculations, or whatever on why you don't mess with the old dudes used to mess with G Unit or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
But this the first time I ever heard about this song, and then you using a bar about Jew, and I guess Jew is like a trigger word.
Well, that was education to me. I don't know if that was that Active Chucks or Scandalous Los Angeles?
I believe it was Scandalous Los Angeles, and there was breaking it down.
Yeah, there's still a mystery.
So is that the first time you heard that theory?
Yes. It was so well put together, I actually gave it some thought. But I feel like I'm even flattering myself to think that they were even that tuned in to what I was saying at the time to even adjust what they thought about me. I'm very humble about my experience over there, and I only experienced it through my relationship with 50 himself. And I don't even a lot of times consider the interest that had to be to some degree with the higher ups. I feel like I only existed on the spectrum that I communicated with him on. And at times when I hear things of that nature, I realized that, there was other things even bigger than 50 in place that had some interest in me. But throughout the process of my journey, I never even really realized that. So for him to say that might even be a possibility, my practical mind say, oh, that's bullshit.
That's the humble mind, huh?
Yeah, the humble mind. But now when I look at it and just try to face the magnitude of what may have actually been going on, that might be a possibility, bro.
Oh, so you learned about that when I learned about that.
Exactly.
The theory.
Yes.
Oh, it's the powers that be. That shit crazy.
For those that might be kind of like wondering what we're talking about, I got some old lyrics where I said,
What's the name of the song?
I think it's Toe Tags, I Could Be Wrong.
Okay.
But the lyric says something about, I made a metaphor for Spider is a blue belt. Spider get judo. Get it? Jimmy Iovine Green, judo. So just because I was signing Interscope, that was a line I came with. And the piece that you're referring to, which was well put together, speculated that may have been a point of reference that offended those that had the power over my career, and it began to tank as far as they were concerned from that point forward. And I can't rule that out, but I've never thought about my situation to that much of a sophisticated level. I thought it was way more simple than that.
How you say scandalous what?
Scandalous Los Angeles.
Whoever that is behind that voice.
Refill yourself.
That dude, he got some cold journalist work.
He's tight.
But for him to even look that deep.
His style reminds me of someone else that I'm familiar with online. So that's why I asked, was it Active Chucks or Scandalous Los Angeles? I am currently personally trying to.
They delivering their cadence the way they
use a couple of the same tricks, man. Too
the
often.
same mannerism.
Yeah.
Mine is the deeper voice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but they both use the voice things and all that. But I don't know. Salute to both of those platforms who, without directly speaking or being in touch with me, they supported majority of my positions online as I do theirs. We fall on the same side of these issues in politics very often. So shout out to both of them platforms.
Yeah, man. It seemed like that scandalous page ain't Damu and Keyway Conversations, they be on the right side of things. You know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Damo Keyway Conversations too.
Yael,
Deuce
Sims.
Sims, Bomani, Taz, Hot Girl, the whole squad.
Yeah, they be on the right side of the things. You know what I'm saying? As far as being morally correct.
Yes, and I've never fucked with Clubhouse as far as being a consistent. Matter of fact, I only ended up on there twice on like a 3-way through other people through the years. Recently, in the most recent months, I've been reoccurring guest in Clubhouse, but in a particular room, it was once named Damu Love, but now it's Damu Keyway Conversations, headed out by Deuce Sims and Yael. And I appreciate a lot of the little conversation, politicking that go on. You know what I'm saying? And their whole platform on Clubhouse is extending beyond Clubhouse. They have an actual podcast they're developing under the same title, Damu Keyway Conversations, and they let me know that you and I will be reoccurring liaisons to be politicking with as they create their content. So I'm looking forward to watching them build that and see that go as far as it can go, because I think at the end of the day, what we all trying to do as far as active or formerly active members that really represent the culture, we trying to find a way to do better without compromising who we are. And that's a hard thing to do at times. But I think you and I, Deuce M, Jael, and a bunch of other of us have tapped into a real mature energy that's going to help us, set a better example for those that's watching us.
Right. Yeah, but other than that, I slide in there and mess with my boy KK and Rockstar. But my first to go to Dom on Keyway Conversation. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I ain't got around. To be honest, Rockstar was my introduction. The first time I came on Clubhouse voluntarily was on a Rockstar invite. And I ain't got no problem with Rockstar whatsoever. My only problem was him, where he was kind of very close to a certain individual, and I didn't really want to cross those energies.
Yeah, he can remain nameless. He ain't even important.
My mama. So then outside of that, as I got kind of saturated with the Damu Keyway Conversations, I realized Rockstar relationship with them ain't so solid. So there's not a lot of blending of me and Rockstar on those platforms, because I've got kind of heavily affiliated with the Damu Keyway Conversations, and he apparently has issues with them that he's not ready to resolve. So it's kind of like at a offset to some degree.
All right. They get it together.
They get it together.
I ain't with the Clubhouse banging and
not at
club
all
banging and shit. And I think the clip is out where I said, I told Mariah I probably should have because I think I might have received it wrong when T-Rail said Engleweird or something. I probably took it in the wrong context. I probably should have reached out and called in instead of, you know what I'm saying, responding to it.
I think I heard you say that.
On this platform, you know what I mean?
You actually responded. What was your response, though, from the platform? Because
I played the clip back.
There's no shame in you addressing a viral clip from your own platform to appear. Whether it's in agreement or disagreement, these are our tools these days. And if it was said publicly, no need to judge yourself a point down because you did it publicly.
Nah, but see, my whole thing is I'm trying to avoid these pod beefs. You feel me? Because I really not. Well, no, I could articulate myself. Well, I could play these games, but I don't want to. You know what I'm saying? And then it go bad. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I got smack number 80 number.
What was said about you that you didn't? Oh, he said
no, it wasn't about me.
What was the context that he used the phrase Engleweird in?
They was having a conversation. Savi was up there, and they was talking about, they kind of like look at Long Beach dudes as weird. You know what I'm saying? They dress codes or however else. And Savi was like, yeah, that's kind of true, but they know not to play with the insanes though. That's why I'm glad they know they don't come playing our way. And then 211, which is from Inglewood, he was up there. He said, I ain't never looked at Long Beach, and before he could like finish his sentence, T-Rail was like, Engleweird. I'm like, the fuck was that about? Right? I'm like, so I said to a couple people, like, man, am I tripping? So I text 211. I said, hey, bro, tell that nigga stop playing. 211 just is rate receipt on. He looked. I'm like, you ain't gonna say nothing. Then I sent it to AD. AD like,
211, that's the homie, dog.
Then I text AD, and AD was like, oh, I ain't look at it, right? But a couple people assured me that wasn't what it was. And I'm like, all right. And then I don't want to do the pod beats, bro, because.
Nah, let me tell you in T-Rail's defense, bro. The little niggas from the jungles came up there, bro.
Shout out to Baby Stones.
The Baby Stone Gorillas. T-Rail's natural gangbang meter told him it was a good idea to highlight to them the fact that they used the C word to diss all Crips in their music. And the way he brought it up, not only did he bring it up when they didn't bring it up and it was unnecessary to bring it up, he was extremely jovial and giggly and happy, and some would deem goofy, corny, celebrating almost the fact that these moves was comfortable dissing, and he used the word. So the fact that he was in his realm of whatever, discussing, having a conversation about your city, and he used that phrase, I don't think he was necessarily trying to diss. He was apparently trying to make a point like he was making with the Baby Stone Gorillas, and it just didn't come off correctly. You feel me? That's all it was. He didn't mean no harm. I don't think T-Rail means any harm to
I don't think so either.
Yeah. But this is the thing too. Like, I was looking at your homies at the Beezy situation. When you reacted the way you reacted, the rest of the moves weren't that offended. I'm like, damn. So it's Munchie saying everybody else here ain't on tip correctly, and are you suggesting that maybe perhaps because you felt way from where you was at, you needed to text in, you think 211 should have said something?
Do I think he should have said something? I think he should have got it clarity. Like, hold on, what you mean? You know what I mean? That type of shit. Cause that was really 211 Bricc Baby and DW moment.
I was gonna say this.
You know what I'm saying?
I was gonna say this for Kick and Cack being boo. Where's my phone, bro? Oh, my mama. Y'all seen the inception of me and Munchie B linking up. It's been the better part of a year. It's been organic, natural. We be getting tighter. We do a lot more business, a lot more kicking it. Never had a negative moment. It's been all solid love. The other day, I posted a bit of content that Munchie B was affiliated with, so I add him. And when I add him, you know how you add somebody, it go to the top of your DM. And so I just happened to scroll through this, and I noticed I want to give you your credit because you see how particular he is about who said what and when they said it, why they said it, and all that. In my mind, my interaction with Munchie B started after I began Facts Over Feelings, and then he began Rich at Heart. And once we began his umbrella, we was slightly crossing paths. I knew we started corresponding. I don't remember the first spark, but we started talking. I'm thinking that was the beginning. But I want the audience to know, I was gonna say this, I asked you to let me say this, but the subject matter is perfect, bro. So the other day when I add him, it alerts me to his DM. I'm like, okay, I look, and our thread is so short if the camera can't see. We ain't talked much in the DM at all. So I could see everything we ever said to each other just by me adding him one time. So I realized, damn, we've been talking since 2020 in September. First message, Munchie B, keep addressing the real. Munchie B from IFG, bro. I fuck with your program. Keep pressing the correct line, champ, on the B team. I come back with a spider, the fist, and the marathon flag. I don't know if that was offensive, the marathon flag, because I wasn't even up on all you and the homie saga, none of that. I had been tapped out for years. So then that, mind y'all, that was September 4th, 2020. And then September 30th, 2020, exactly 26 days later, in my DM, hey, it sound like you dissed my set on the video. You talk about your boy out sliding. Let me know if I'm tripping. I didn't respond. There's no indication of how much time between that one and then there's another message that he eventually sent. Don't be Hollywood and don't respond. Keep it hood with quotation marks. I'm trying to see something. I never responded to that. I wasn't aware of it. So like I told you, me and Munchie, we forged this new relationship, this brotherhood, this partnership, and I just became aware that he had got it at me like this in 2020, which is no consequence. It's water under the bridge. But I just want to share with y'all that he's being true to his personality as he's listening and holding people accountable for what he thought he heard. And we tried to recap. I haven't actually went back to this date to look at my content to see what it was that I said. But as he recapped me, I've assured him there was no intention on dissing anything affiliated with anything. But that's funny as fuck to me.
But see, now I know that because I was heavy on you. I was listening to the stories you was telling. I was following your content, right? Mm-hmm. So you telling your stories, and you ain't trying to get demonetized and none of that. That's why we ain't getting back on camera with Bob. Boom. Mm-hmm. This fool, he censors himself. So instead of saying the F word, he be like, and then you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So that when he telling the story about his boy or some sliding, and this, you know, the diss of my hood kind of, I'm like, hey, he tried to diss the turf. Like, I'm like, I'm tapped in. I'm giving him views and shit likes.
And he know 26 days later, I just gave him a fist bump. We solid. And he still thought I would play him like that 26 days later. That's crazy.
Yeah, but checking ain't cheating. But see.
That's right.
Early on, I was checking it out. And then, even after that, the intro to the song, to this podcast, Make It Out, me featuring my boy Dizzy and Rucci. I sent you the song, and I'm like, listen to the first verse.
Fucked me up.
Yeah, so you know I've been tapped in with you.
You know what happened? You sent it to me. You didn't tell me this in the first verse. You sent it to me. And I think I liked it or loved it real quick. And you must have knew, or I didn't respond right. You must have knew I didn't listen. You told me listen. Then I listened and realized you got old music flipping my lyrics, paying homage to shit that I did. And I'm thinking our relationship is starting when we first started communicating. So I humbly realized you've been appreciating what I put out there from some time back, man. Salute.
Everything, likewise.
Yep.
That's my boy, One Punch.
That's right.
Everybody tap in with that. That's everywhere you can click.
Go up.
You know what I mean?
Ask Captain, cash app, ask that. We need all that.
I'm like, listen, because I'm like, he couldn't have hurt. Look, you feel me?
I didn't listen. I swear to God, because I listened to get caught up. I'm like, man, I just got to support. I know it's just work.
Yeah.
And when you get the right feedback, I listen. I'm like, damn, that kind of fucked me up. Yeah, it put me on a whole nother page on our communication at that point. It's been some. You did. I didn't mean to cut you off. I got you kind of sidetracking, man. Why you feel like? Well, I can tell why you feel like now you know what? I think eternally we're gonna be looking and seeing different situations that remind us of the DW Flame, Bricc Baby situation. And you mentioned that 211, that was his DW Flame, Bricc Baby moment, but you didn't expound on that. I feel like I'm interviewing you now.
Hey, but see that. He ain't the only one, right? Because we had but I just be addressing the homies behind the scenes, you know what I'm saying? So it was a song with free TrayWay6k, Rucci from the young homie from Inglewood, and one more dude from Hoover, right? So the song, the hook is like, don't cuz me, I ain't no Crip. Don't blood me, I ain't no blood. I'm from Hoover Street, and I'm like, damn, I believe it's. It's been done, but I never heard a Hoover say "Don't blood me" before. So I'm like, and why is my young Paru homie on a song where these fools talking about "Don't blood me," right? So I went behind the scenes, text him. I said, hey, bro, you know that shit wasn't straight. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what made you do it, but don't do it again, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I know he's younger than me and shit, and he probably getting this chili, got paid for a verse or whatever. But you know, that.
Oh yeah, they mixing it up deep.
Yeah. But you on the song, they talking about I ain't no blood, don't blood me, and you from Paru.
So no matter how creative, because that is extremely creative within our culture elements, it's still you feel like because it violate the lines of politics, it was too much.
That's not a song of blood supposed to be on.
So
where somebody's saying don't blood me and you from Paru.
But are we ignoring that who was a CKBK? Just traditionally. And guess what? The main thing I noticed from all that is the nigga from Hoover saying don't Crip or blood me, I'm from Hoover Street. Cause the Hoover's gonna groove everybody. They don't give a fuck.
Hey, look. I just never heard it. I never heard who. You know, I'm from a different era though, a younger era.
It is
You know what
because
I'm
you
saying?
know who was Crips first before anything.
Yeah, young threat. But that was just crazy to me. You know what I'm saying?
That's confusing, but y'all still moving grooves. So if you can understand that, I mean, that's just a step further.
No. You can't be a Pyro or a Blood, which is the
They
same
just being
shit.
creative. Because guess what? They in the studio pyroing and blooding each other. They just making a record, and that's what we got to be careful for. Because it might be a nigga out here that take that one record that one day and put that in that mood to where they trip like that, or you hear that playing outside of a car. The music is a soundtrack to the lifestyle. I don't believe them niggas feel that way because they working together. Yeah. But so the music is, but it was creative. It was slick. It was tricky.
The song,
it's kind of like I'm not a regular crab.
The song.
Is he supposed to make that record?
If he a Crip, he could say what he want to say.
That's what I'm saying.
But I'm saying these are Hoovers talking about I ain't a Crip, I ain't a Blood, so don't blood me. Okay,
But in the moment of making that art, you got to give that artist his moment.
No, only thing I'm saying is Rucci didn't belong on that record. Let somebody else do it.
Did he? Where Rucci from?
Rucci from neighborhood Pyro. That's the little homie. He from the north side.
But he said the same thing. Don't Crip, don't blood me too.
No, he didn't say don't groove me. No, he said.
Okay, point well landed.
He said
the same point I was making actually.
And he said I'm not a Crip. Don't cuss me. I'm not a Crip. I'm a Blood. I'm a Blood. I'm from Pyro or some shit. He didn't say don't blood me. He didn't say no crazy shit like that.
But see, Mister, don't do this, don't do that. Me too. So
no, I've been trying to dumb my shit down though. Give him like, because you know what I mean.
You got to because the niggas on that song that offended you. Be at Thanksgiving, Crip and Blood and Pyroing together with their family members, taking pictures, hugging each other, and they might slide together and do all that. That's just music. And we can't holler it's just music when it benefits us and then hold everybody else accountable to every single.
I ain't gonna say that offended me. I just say the little he didn't belong on that song. He could have let them like y'all knock that out. You know what I'm saying? I would have set that one out.
I can understand your shock or your surprise or whatever you want to call it, but I gotta say off top that seems like a real creative idea to be flipping the words and saying that type of shit. That was creative to me. It's the first time I heard it right now, and it was a creative concept
for them.
But
Rucci understood. He saw where I was coming from.
Of course, because you Munchie B, but he also thinking it like this. It's too late,
he younger though.
But it's already out too. He just think it's out.
No, he looking at everything a learning experience though. That's what I'm saying. The is done now.
Niggas knew what he saying when he was saying it. 500,000 views.
It's gonna be more.
You know how easy it is to tell Munchie B, I feel you, blood. I got you. That's easy. That's the easy way. But I'm not trying to make it nothing more than what it was.
No, it's water under the bridge now.
You gonna have to dumb it down, bro.
No. But see, my dumbing it down is
being told the dog pound when you come to Inglewood, I'm gonna give you a strap.
Hey, but you want to know what's funny? You want to know what's funny about that?
Shout out Mac 10 and the dog pound.
Can
I get a refill, please? Production, please.
That song is hard, right? That song is hard, but it's another song, and I can't remember how it go, that got Inglewood Damos pissed off and they didn't agree with it. I can't remember how it go. Is it Long Beach and the Angie? Is it that one? I can't remember, but it was a song that Inglewood Damos before my generation wasn't feeling that he did, and it made it probably seem like a little too Peachtree to them, I guess.
Okay.
You know, I mean that's all Crips, all Blood City, but
yeah.
But the song you just said.
Wait. Long Beach is an all Crip city. Inglewood is a predominantly Damo city. Go ahead.
Hey man, look, I forget that this dude vernacular. You know what I'm saying? Okay, but look,
I can't disrespect those that we do know dwell. The IVCs, the Legends, the Tonguins, the Rain. The Raymond's kind of no, bro.
They got 10 Deuce Raymond.
Yeah, there you go. So
they there.
Those that I'm familiar with, I gotta make sure I'm a keyway that I get them they just do. Cause believe me, my DM will be flooded with. Hey, Inglewood ain't no good.
Hey, and guess what? That come from you you got the platform, you in front of the camera, and that was your job to speak on that.
Indeed.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why,
Or that would have been like, oh,
Exactly.
Yeah.
But when you come to that particular subject, you're about your vernacular is precise as mine when it comes to that subject. You don't let nothing slick slide. That's why shout out to Crips from 60. We ain't never kind of like this Kelly on the platform. We went back, we reviewed it. We appreciate you trying to keep us on our toes. But dude is very choice with his words when it comes to that subject matter for sure. He taught me that when you were juvenile hall, baby, you know every diss from every set. And he have no reason to ever diss that section, that situation. And it was a misunderstanding. And yeah, you don't make them kind of mistakes much.
No, hell no. But the difference is I'm not gonna address my homies publicly. You know what I'm saying? I get in a
Likewise.
DM, I'm gonna text them, and then this lead me to this. Are you aware that people try to give you a messy jacket? And if so, why you think that is? And I'm gonna tell you my thoughts after that.
Sure. I'm only aware because Rennie Loc made me aware recently. And outside of that, I knew that controversy sells, and I know I've been affiliated or associated with some controversial issues, but I didn't know that there was this, messy jacket that may be associated with me. Because I think I'm very selective about the mess I involve myself in, and when I find mess that should not be engaged in, shout out to Rick Rock. I do my best to diffuse it and disengage. The world is messy to a certain degree. But recently, dealing with the homegirl and some of the interactions and us just talking and politicking and chopping it up, I've been recently made aware that may be the case.
So what I observed, right? Okay, you had if you messy, the mess you could have been involved in, you voice your opinion behind the scenes, like I just said I do with my homies or whatever, because you expressed to Rennie Loc you didn't like that she interviewed Asmo, and Asmo took that whole opportunity to diss one of y'all homies from y'all hood, and that ain't the type of thing you do.
No, that's not quite how that conversation went.
Okay.
Me and Rennie was having just a regular fun conversation. And I didn't view what took place as an interview. I didn't realize an interview. At the time, Asmo and Nina Boy had some tension. They ended up squabbling, but it was leading up to the squabble. And the way it was viewed from the outside looking in, especially from the section, it was like she was just there supporting Asmo while he was calling out a homie. And so low-key basically calling out the homie with him. And I let her know that it's some homegirls, a Nina Boy, that didn't appreciate her participating in that. That's all I was telling her.
Okay, and then you and Nina Boy had a small mishap, and you chose to do that behind the scenes and not talk about it.
Indeed. We actually touched each other.
Right.
We actually did our little thing, something I did not want to do. I tried to avoid, but at that point, Nina Boy's life, he was going through so much, and he was stressed out. He was angry. He didn't like some things that I had actually done in a little interaction with him and Asmo, and I had my own motivation. So he got on camera and he called me out. And after he called me out, he drove to the state. He pulled up in the section, and then the section started calling me over there to squabble. I tried to politic myself up out the squabble, bro. On my mama, I had no interest in fighting Nina Boy. But he had talked himself into it so far with his homies. They was begging me basically not to let him wiggle out of it, to come, deal with it, see about it. So I came to see about it. Not that he was trying to wiggle out of it.
After that,
I think his
I never
homies-
heard you speak on it after that, unless I missed it.
Ain't what we do. We homies.
And this the most you probably ever said right here.
Yes.
So, all right.
And you making me seem like I'm speaking. I was finna try to make it sound cool at the end, but you cut me off. I was gonna make it sound real good. But
lay your strip. Do your thing.
yeah, I just want to say that it seemed as if, not that he wanted me, he was trying to wiggle out of it, but it got to a point that the section over there wanted to make sure he was stood on everything he asked for. So they was really asking me to come because he invited me And now it's like, okay, we want to see you stand up to what you said. And Spider, please don't let him wiggle out of it. Not that he's trying to wiggle, but if you don't come, it's like a wiggle for him. And he spoke that he need to stand on it. So I think it turned into that. And he stood on it, man. We got over that. It was a small, brief moment. Shout out to Neighborhood, Nina from the 9, and from Asmo from the Dukes.
Okay, and I brought them two situations up because that ain't nothing you ever been trying to highlight. You know what I'm saying? And that don't sound like a messy person to me. Okay, and then the last thing, you and Asmo, y'all had miss y'all buzz head or whatever. Y'all talk behind the scenes, then y'all pieced it up in front of the world, let everybody know it's good.
Right here in this studio.
Right here.
And that's because he did something that would be deemed messy associated with my name that was kind of sparked by his partner from Compton mentioning my name initially. They were messy. And then I had to do damage control and mediate and, communicate with Asmo. To be honest with the world, I didn't know Infant Asmo existed until the moment he said my name in that ring. So I felt it was, I was behooved to make sure that I had him on this platform as soon as possible, and I had it done within 24 hours, not to mark Cuz out, but just to clear the air, because that was a very invalid misconception that he threw out there into the universe associated with my name. On my mama though, like.
Yeah, see, I was just trying to point out them key points.
Yeah, I'm not messy. I think the world is messy, and if you get active in this world, there's going to be some mess. But I'm not a person that intentionally or brings mess to any situation. But when it do crack off, I do deal with it quite efficiently. I ain't scared of it. On my mama.
That part. No, I just had to point that out.
Appreciate that. I'm glad for the opportunity to clarify that. Good looking, bro.
Yeah, and I cut you short when we was touching on the Nina Boy part and everything. 'Cause that could be, how the internet they around with shit. You feel me? Like, yeah, so you landed your plane trip, and you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because, exactly. I want to make sure I get all that clarified because I was going through a moment speaking on the highs and the lows, and you kind of cut me off at a low, and I didn't want to make it seem like that's what I was trying to sum it up as. No, Nina, that's my Brody.
Yeah, that part. Hey, we got Kicking Cat, being Boo, coming soon. We go shake shit up.
Already in production.
It's already, the wheels are spinning. Spree wheels, is that what it's called? When the wheels are spinning and it's in it?
Yeah.
On everything.
Yeah.
We gonna have that shit rocking and shit. I want everybody to stay tuned and be ready for that shit. So
we're gonna have a lot of fun. Like, you got Facts with Feelings, the podcast. You got Rich at Heart. The producer of these podcasts is a quite sophisticated individual, and he kind of set the temperature of what we do here. On another podcast, I think we're going to get the opportunity to just be a little more laid back, have a little more fun, and be just slightly more entertaining. I think we try to be more informative on our other podcasts, and we try to reach to our highest level. On Kicking Cack, being Boo, we can do exactly that. We can kick cack, be Boo, we can big back and see cool. So that's what we're going to be doing, having a lot of fun, bringing some females in. Y'all don't know Munchie's a real player. We're going to interview some females and talk to them, just have a lot of fun in the black box.
Hey, give them your handles, SBR, let them know where to find you and what. Well, we told them what we got coming up next, but you know what I'm saying? Let them know.
Blue Smurf, Mac Mafia,
Shout out
Music
Blue
and
Smurf.
Money. It's my premier artist. We're trying to get him hot as we can, but we also got Nate Nitty up out of New York, and we got Noonie Green up out of Long Beach, and that's the Baymac Entertainment roster. We got Spider Loc Most Easty, the number 7 on IG, and youtube.com/Spider Loc Most Easty is the home of the black box where we get it popping on a consistent basis. Street TV, Facts Over Feelings, Rich at Heart, the podcast, the umbrella, the family, whole bunch of moves to be made coming soon, man.
Everybody get up on Instagram, MB_THA Mayor, MB_THA Mayor. The same thing on Threads, same thing on Twitter. You know what I mean? And I want everybody to check us out. iHeart, Spotify. Give us a 5-star rating. Apple Podcasts.
Anywhere you get your audio podcast, you can find Facts Over Feelings, Rich at Heart, Streets and Scholars.
Everything. Tap in on Tap Out.
Never thought we'd make it out. We didn't take the safer route. Now it's ownership and bank account. What's the beef? What that cake about? Young and black on that paper route. They never thought we'd make it out. Never thought we'd make it out. Cause we didn't take the safer route. Now it's ownership and bank account.